Turning now to the latest from Highland Park this morning and the chilling confession the investigators say the suspected gunman made to them. Authorities say the man accused of killing 7 people and wounding dozens more voluntarily confessed to the shooting after he was taken into custody. They say the suspect went into detail about his actions on the 4th of July and also said that he thought about carrying out another attack in Madison, Wisconsin after fleeing the scene in Highland Park. That confession comes as the entire community rallies behind the families, mourning the loss of their loved ones, and searches for more answers into how this violence could have happened. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns joins us now with the latest from Highland Park. Hey, Dasha, good morning. So first, what more can you tell us about this confession by the suspected gunman and that second attack police say he considered that day?
Yeah, Savannah, we're learning some chilling new details about what happened here in Highland Park and what almost happened in Madison, Wisconsin. Officials say that the suspect voluntarily confessed to climbing up on a roof here in Highland Park on the 4th of July and firing into the crowd. He spent 83 rounds, Savannah, into that crowd of people. He was dressed in women's clothing. He admitted to conceal himself so he could flee the scene. And he drove his mother's car to Madison, Wisconsin, where officials say he saw another gathering of people and considered another mass shooting. He had a rifle with him that had about 60 rounds as well. He didn't end up carrying that out. And that, unlike what happened here, which authorities say was pre-planned, he planned the attack in Highland Park for weeks. What he saw in Madison, Wisconsin was sort of a chance encounter with a crowd. He ended up driving back to Illinois, where he was ultimately apprehended. And it's horrifying to think about the idea that another crowd could have experienced this, Savannah.
Absolutely. Now, Dasha, walk us through where we're at with the actions prosecutors have taken against the suspect at this point, and also what charges are likely to come.
Yeah, so far, 7 charges of attempted murder. 7 charges of first-degree murder. Now, we expect many more charges to come, according to officials, including attempted murder charges for everyone who suffered a gunshot wound, and even charges for the bullets that were dispensed on that day. He is being held right now without bail, and we expect a lot more to come from prosecutors in the coming days, Savannah.
Dasha, what else are we learning about the victims? Let's talk about them, who tragically lost their lives in the shooting, and how are witnesses who experienced the shooting doing today?
Yeah, Savannah, we just learned recently the identity of the 7th victim who passed away from this tragic event, Eduardo Uvaldo. He was 69 years old. It would have been his 70th birthday on Friday. And this community is grieving the loss of lives, grieving loved ones who were hurt, and trying to process all of this. Because, look, Savannah, you know, when the cameras go away, when the caution tape comes down, when that street behind me where this tragic event happened is open again, the people here are going to have to deal with this tragedy for years to come, especially when you think about so many children that were at this parade. I talked to 2 young girls, 9-year-old Lily and 11-year-old Sydney, who told me that they always looked forward to coming to this parade. They were excited to get some candy, get some prizes, but this time, instead of all of that fun that they were looking forward to, their father grabbed them screaming, "Run!" They had to hide in a local business here, and they are traumatized. But they wanted to do this interview with me, Savannah, because they wanted other children to know that it's okay to be scared and it's okay to talk about it. Take a listen.
When we were walking to our friend's house, I saw like a bullet in a car with I think blood dripping down because it was red. The side of the car was red and with a gun bullet. I kept waking up with stomach aches, just worrying, and I don't know what my mom said. I was sleep talking about scary stuff.
Is this the most scared you've ever been?
Probably.
Savannah, they say they don't want to go to any more parades. They are scared of loud noises. Fireworks will never be fun for these girls again. Savannah.
Oh, absolutely. And you hear their little voices and what they're talking about. It's just so heartbreaking. All right, Dasha Burns, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.